Welcome back to the Lodge, gamers. I'm Steve Tassi, the board game guy, and in this video, I am going to look at the components and setup for Escape from New York, the board game. Part 2, which will come later, will actually talk about the game rules and how to incorporate all these pieces into gameplay. First up, we've got the board. If you're like me, you've got the playmat, which has extra spaces for decks of cards and other components, but it's not necessary. It's nice, but it's not necessary. If you don't have the playmat, you just have the standard board, and that means you'll have to put your components around the edge of the board rather than directly on it. The main purpose of the board is to be a map of Manhattan. The map has different kinds of spaces. The library and the World Trade Center space are always the same, but the red points of interest and the city spaces and the Central Park spaces get filled with different card tiles every time you play, so the game's a little different. The suburb spaces, which are the ones marked with the question marks, will each get a random question mark token on them, which are an extra thing that gets added to whatever city tile ends up in that space. The map also features 4 numbered bridges, which are the exit points off the island. In the top left corner is space for the timer deck. Prepare the timer deck as follows. Find the 3 red timer cards, give them a shuffle, and put them face down on their spot. Then put the hurry up card on top of that. Then find the black timer cards, give them a shuffle, and put out 1 card per player plus 8. Put those on top of the hurry up card, and now the timer deck is set. Some timer cards have effects that need to be resolved on them, but a lucky few say nothing happens. When the hurry up card gets revealed, that means that the helicopter lands at the helipad in Central Park. If you just have the regular game, flip the token over from H to show the helicopter, and if you have the upgraded components, put the figure of the helicopter on the helipad. Next to the timer spot is the event track. Place the event tracker on the leftmost spot of the track. As it advances, more and more event cards will need to be revealed. Lastly, the upper right quadrant features indicated areas for the president card and 4 numbered case tokens and case cards. The retail game uses cardboard tokens for the cases, but if you have the upgraded version, you'll have plastic molded cases embossed with their numbers on them. Place the president card on its spot, and then place the 4 numbered cases on their numbered spots. Find the 5 case cards and set aside the tape card and the president's bracelet card. Shuffle the remaining 3 cards and remove 1 of them at random. Put it back in the box. Don't look at it. Take the 2 cards you have left, plus the bracelet and the tape card, shuffle them together, and put 1 card face down on each of the case spots. These cards will come into play as the cases enter the game through various game mechanics, such as killing a boss that's carrying a case. There is a secondary board that is used to track New York and the bosses who act as the adversaries for the players. It has a noise track to keep track of how loud the players are being. It has spots for the mission cubes. It has spots for the 3 bosses, Romero, Slag, and the Duke, and tracks for their health. Shuffle the deck of New York cards and place it to the left of the New York board. New York cards have a noise cost and a street diagram on the back, and an effect of some sort that needs to be resolved on the front. These get used during the New York phase of a hero's turn. There are several more decks of cards in this game. Some cards are referred to as tiles, and others are cards. There are 34 gray city tiles that fill the city portions of the map. 8 green Central Park tiles that fill the park spaces, and 8 red points of interest tiles for the 8 red spaces on the board. There's also a yellow library tile and a blue World Trade Center tile. The tiles that make up the map of Manhattan have street diagrams on them, a placement arrow, and icons for resources, events, prisoners, roadblocks, and other things. When a tile gets revealed, place the proper items on it, item crates, roadblocks, prisoners, etc., but event icons only trigger when a hero enters that tile. Put the World Trade Center tile face up on the blue space and the library tile face up on the yellow space. Place the Gullfire token or figure on the World Trade Center. Place the helipad token in the center space of Central Park. Shuffle the red point of interest tiles and put 1 face down on each of the red spaces of the board. And if you haven't already, shuffle the question mark tiles and put 1 on each of the question mark suburb spaces. Shuffle the city tiles and make a deck near the board. Do the same with the Central Park tiles. Give the event deck a shuffle and put it on its spot near the event track. Event cards are revealed and resolved when a hero enters a space that has the event icon on it. The number of cards revealed is based on where the event tracker is. Events are generally unpleasant, but not horrible. Shuffle the item deck and put it near the supply of item cubes. When you are on a tile with an item crate and there are no enemies on the tile with you, you get to put the crate back in the supply and take an item card from the top of the deck. Items are one-use only things. You use them once, then you discard the card. Weapons, however, are not. Weapons may require ammo, and that is limited. Place a number of ammo tokens on the card as indicated by the card itself. Every time you use that weapon, you will spend an ammo. There are two decks of personal objective cards, one with blue backs and one with purple backs. Shuffle each one separately and randomly select the proper number of cards for your player count. That is, the number of players plus 2. Place them face down near the board. The unused ones are returned to the box and will not be used this game. The purple cards are all modes of transportation, like the helicopter, the Gulfire, a raft, etc. They're how you get off the island. The blue cards are all items of importance that you want to get and get off the island with you. If you can get your item and get to your mode of transportation, you qualify for a lone victory. Make a supply of the prisoner figures, either the wooden meeples or the plastic figurines, but not both. You'll also put the car cards near the board, the car standees or models, depending on the version of the game you have, and the standee bases or color rings. Place all the special action cards for the characters and for New York itself near the board. Those are the ones marked with this special symbol on them. Each player will also need to set up their own personal components. Each player picks the character that they want to play and takes the character board, character cards, standee or figure, a set of 3 level up bars, and the colored stands or ownership rings for that character. There's also a reference card for each player. Your character cards start in your hand and they are available to you until you use them. Each player will also take 1 blue and 1 purple objective cards, look at them, but keep them secret from the other players. Place your character board in front of you and place your 3 level up bars on the spots on your character board. Turn the first one over to see what you need in order to clear it. Every bar is a combination of 1 or more items or prisoners. You have to discard items or eliminate prisoners. In order to qualify for a lone victory and win the game, you must level up all 3 times. Depending on who you are playing, you will have different starting situations. Each character starts in the library, but you have different cards in play depending on who you are. Snake has his MAC-10 equipped with 3 ammo tokens. Maggie has her revolver with 6 ammo tokens equipped. Cabby starts in his car at the library. And Brain starts with a bridge diagram card for bridge number 3. The game is now set up to play. I'll see you next time for the rules of the game. Until then, I'm Steve Tassie, the board game guy. Thanks for stopping by the lodge. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and of course, keep on gaming.